Hello, and welcome to ASMR Ghost Stories. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I tell stories that are strange in nature, some hauntings or disappearances or just things that boggle the mind, all told in either soft spoken or whispered. So, go ahead and before you put on your earphones, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as I upload on Mondays and Thursdays. So let's dive right in. Leapcastle in Ireland. About 2 miles or 3 kilometers from the Irish town Roscrea, I don't know if I'm saying that right, you can find Leap Castle. This castle was built somewhere around 1250 and was inhabited by the much feared O'Carroll clan. But that's not the only thing that makes this castle so infamous. Through the centuries, this castle has seen red rum. Because, just a little caveat here, there's some words that I can and cannot say. YouTube doesn't like that, so I change them just a little bit. So, red rum, think of The Shining. So, through the centuries, this castle has seen red rum and unalivement. No other place in Ireland can beat the number of ghosts that reside in this place. So let's go into the history of Leap Castle. The history of Leap Castle is a bloody one, even before the castle was built. 2 brothers of the O'Bannon clan challenged each other for the leadership of their clan. They were to leap off the rock where the castle was to be built. The surviving brother would claim the leadership as well as the new castle. This all happened around 1250. The castle was named Leap of the Bannons, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the Gaelic, but I'll spell it. I think I can spell it. It's Leimbhanan. So it stands for Leap of the Bannons. The O'Bannons were powerful in the area, but were the subject of an even more powerful clan, the O'Carroll clan. The O'Carrolls liked the castle, so they simply took it from the O'Bannons. The O'Carrolls managed to keep the castle until 1649, when the castle passed to the Darby family by marriage. But the O'Carrolls had to defend the castle against others during their reign. In 1513, Gerald Fitzgerald, Earl of Kildare, tried to seize the castle without success. He tried again 3 years later. During this attempt, part of the castle was ruined. But this is not why it is so haunted today. Hidden treasure. In the 17th century, the ownership of the castle passed on to the Darby family. One of the O'Carroll daughters married the English Captain Darby. Their son, Jonathan Darby, hid his treasures in the ground on the castle's premises during the English Civil War. He made sure his secret was kept by killing the two men who helped him bury his treasure. Later, he was imprisoned for treason. When, after his release, he returned to the castle, so much had changed he couldn't find his treasure back. Until this day, nobody knows where the treasure is hidden. Blood on the altar. The walls of this castle have seen their share of violence, but the most gruesome red rum committed here was committed in 1532. This red rum took place in the castle's chapel, which now is referred to as the Bloody Chapel. Mulrooney O'Carroll, the clan leader back then, died that year, and there was much disagreement on who would be the next successor. Officially, Thaddeus O'Carroll, Mulrooney's next of kin and priest of the O'Carroll family, would take the lead, but he never got the chance. Younger brother, one-eyed Tige O'Carroll, pushed his blade in Thaddeus's back during Mass. Thaddeus bled to death at the altar in front of his entire family. His ghost still haunts the chapel, and he frequently lights the room. Skeletons in the closet. Thaddeus is just one of the many ghosts of the castle. In 1922, workmen made a gruesome discovery in a hidden dungeon behind a wall of the Bloody Chapel. There in the floor, they found an oubliette. An oubliette, from the French word oublier, which means to forget, is a deep hole in the ground where prisoners would be thrown into and were simply forgotten. No less than 3 cartloads of human bones and skeletons were removed from it. Over 150 human remains were discovered. Along with these skeletons, a pocket watch was found. It was dated to the mid-1800s, so the oubliette was used quite recently. The bodies were impaled on long wooden spikes, which were sticking up 8 feet below. Let's just hope these unfortunate souls were unalived instantly. Visitors sometimes feel the overwhelming urge to throw themselves down the oubliette. A business deal gone very wrong. But that's not all. The O'Carrolls hired about 40 members of the McMahon clan to train them into new war techniques. The Carrolls won a battle because of their training. So they decided to throw the McMahons a feast to thank them for their help. But the food they were given was poisoned, just so the O'Carrolls didn't have to pay them. This shows how brutal this clan was back then. Of course, the McMahons still roam the castle. The Red Rum Hole Room. There is a secret room inside the castle which is referred to as the Murder Hole Room. You'd say a murder hole is the oubliette, but it's not. This room's location is kept a secret. Legend says another member of the O'Carroll family was red-rummed here by another relative. This room is said to be incredibly haunted as well. Other spirits that roam the castle. There are many more restless souls that are lurking the castle and its grounds. Some friendly, some tragic, and some malevolent. Owner Sean Ryan knows them all. When he and his wife bought the castle in 1991, he wanted to restore it, but the ghosts didn't agree. He was pulled off a ladder twice and got hurt, and various other accidents happened to him. He decided to call upon the spirits, telling him he wanted their home to be restored and that they could stay. After that, things got better. The friendly ghosts of Leap Castle. An old man is frequently seen in an armchair near the main hall's fireplace. Little is known about him, but he is harmless. The main hall is also the domain of two little girls, although they are also spotted in other places of the castle. These are the spirits of Emily and Charlotte. Emily was unalived at the age of 11 after falling from the castle's battlements. People claim to see a young girl falling from great heights and disappearing right before she hits the ground. Charlotte is seen limping. She seems to have suffered from a deformed leg. Alongside these girls, another spirit is often seen. She is referred to as the governess. She takes care of them, and they probably all lived in the 16th century. A monk haunts the priest's house, which was built in 1571. This house is a ruin since it was destroyed by fire in 1922 during the Irish Civil War. Before the fire, people were able to spend a night here. People who slept in the priest's house claimed something very heavy, like a heavy body, was with them in their beds, and it was even snoring. A ghost also resides in the oubliette. He does no harm, but sometimes takes a walk in the lower parts of the castle. And a terrified, scantily dressed woman is seen frequently as well. She screams twice before disappearing. Her screams are blood-curdling, but she harms no one. The tragic ghosts of Leap Castle. The spirit of the red-rummed O'Carroll priests haunts the Bloody Chapel. People claim to see light streaming from its windows, even though there's no electricity here. He's also seen on the staircase, and sometimes the smell of burning rubber is smelled there. The Red Lady is a terrifying and yet tragic ghost. She is often seen in the Blue Room, which used to be a nursery, but she's also seen in other parts of the castle. The Red Lady wears a long red dress, is tall and lean, and she has long brown hair. She is always seen carrying a dagger, which she raises as if she's ready to strike. There are two legends concerning this ghost. The first legend says she was a SA victim of one of the O'Carrolls. She got pregnant by him, and when the child was born, the O'Carrolls unalived the baby with a dagger. In this version, she managed to take the dagger and unalive herself with it. In another story, she tried to flee the brutal O'Carrolls. She was chased and eventually stabbed to unaliveness. Mildred Darby, I'll get to her later, saw the Red Lady crying in the Blue Room. The Elemental. Leap Castle also houses a dark, ancient entity called an elemental. This entity has never been human. Before the castle was built, the land belonged to Druids. The land was very fertile, so it was of great importance to them. The Druids might have called upon an elemental for protection for their sacred land. Others say Gerald Fitzgerald called upon the elemental to curse the O'Carrolls. The elemental has powers to destroy the castle from within. The castle was partly demolished at Fitzgerald's second attempt. The elemental doesn't show itself unless it's challenged. It was last seen in 2006. Mildred Darby, 1867 to 1932, also claimed to have seen the elemental, and she used to perform black magic. Black magic. Mildred Darby started practicing black magic while she lived at the castle. This unleashed the primitive elemental entity. An elemental is unpredictable and terrifying. In 1909, Mildred gave an interview to a magazine called Journal Occult Review, in which she claimed, "I was in the gallery and looked at the floor when I suddenly felt a hand on my shoulder. The thing had the size of a sheep, and it was thin and shadow-like. The face was human, and it was not. His decomposed eyes showed some kind of lust. At that point, I smelled a horrible smell which made me ill. It was the smell of a decomposing body. Mildred lived to tell about it, but be warned, don't ever challenge the elemental." Leapcastle today. Leapcastle was burned and partly destroyed in 1922 by Irish civilians because the castle was in English hands. The Darbys left the castle because of this. It remained a ruin until musician Sean Ryan and his wife bought it in 1991. Sean rebuilt the castle based on pictures from before the destruction. The Ryans have seen many spirits over time, but fortunately never laid eyes on the elemental. They live in harmony with the many spirits of the castle. You can visit the castle daily except for Sundays. Please contact Sean before you go. Happy ghost hunting. And there you have it. Has any of you ever been to Leapcastle in Ireland? Do you have any stories that you would like to share? Comment below. And if you are liking these videos, hit that thumbs up. It lets me know that you are enjoying it for more videos. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I do upload twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. And if you have an idea for a story, you can also comment below, or you can email me, and my email is in the description box. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you stay